Hello guys and welcome back. And welcome back to a follow-up to the review video I made on these things, massage guns. About a year ago I made a video where I took 5 of these massage guns, tested them in various different ways and came to the conclusion that these were the 2 that I liked the best. I posted that video and like I say, it was about a year ago I put it up. It's now had 2,000 or 3,000 views. And apparently one of the people who saw it was a lady called Doris from a company called Bob and Brad. Now Doris contacted me and offered me to receive one of these massage guns so that I could test it and put up a video to basically say what I thought of their massage gun. And what they did was they sent this out from Amazon, and they also provided a link to Amazon and a 10% off voucher, which I will put in the comments below. If you want to buy one of these miniguns after you've seen this review, you can take a look, click on the link, and like I say, you've got a 10% off. But first, before I open the box, I just wanted to mention that it has obviously been made by or designed by somebody who has English as a first language, which isn't always the case when you're buying goods from China. Pretty much everything comes from China, but sometimes the boxes are designed and written by some of the Chinese manufacturers, and sometimes their English isn't perfect. Anyway, that's quite a nice box, gives you everything you need to know about various details of this massage gun. So what's in it is quite a nice case. So obviously if you're going to be carrying this around with you, having a nice case for it is very handy. Some of the massage guns I tested last time didn't come with one of these, so that's quite nice that that's included. So what's inside the case? Okay, well you've got the gun itself, which looks very nice. You've got 5 different fittings for the gun. You've got a couple of rubber seals to sort of they jam it into the gun, so you've got a couple of spare seals, and you've got a charge cable. Yeah, just get it out. Charge cable, and last but not least, you've got a user manual, which has actually been written in English by somebody who uses English as a first language, so that's nice. So what's the gun like? Okay, well let's pull it out and have a look. Well, as you can see, it is significantly smaller than this. It's tiny by comparison. It's a fraction of the size. And yeah, but still quite heavy. It, as you'll see later, it weighs almost half a kilo. But very nice in your hand. Fits very nicely. It's not anywhere near as wide as this thing. As you can see, I have a reasonably large hand and can just about clench it right around that, whereas this, not a problem. So for somebody with smaller hands, this would be very nice. It's nicely marked, nicely labelled. Everything about it seems to be good quality. It has a USB-C port on the bottom, and for your USB-C type cable. Now, it does not come with a charging brick or block, whatever you want to call it. It only comes with a cable. I guess for most people that's not going to be a problem because everybody's got a mobile phone charger in the house. So the different fittings we've got are, we've got a round fitting, which I guess you'd use that on your leg or a large area of your body. You've got a cushioned fitting, which is very nice for using somewhere where it's a little bit less flesh. I have a sore shoulder, so that's great for your shoulder. You've got a pointy fitting, which I would use for going up and down my arm because I have tennis elbow. And you've got this, which I've never really worked out what that's for, but I'm sure it's useful for something. Probably if I read the instructions, it would tell me that it's for spine, neck and shoulder for sensitive muscles and soft tissues. Alright, there you go. The ball head is for large muscle groups, air cushioned head for relaxation of sensitive body parts. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but it sounds fun. The bullet head for joints, deep tissue massage, U-shape for spine, neck and shoulder, flat head for all body parts. So that's what it's like, that's what's in the box. Let's find out how it performs. It looks like that's the button for turning it on and off. I guess I'll have to charge it before I can do very much more with it. Okay guys, it looks like I failed at the first hurdle. They had to read the instructions. And apparently you're supposed to hold the button in for between 3 and 5 seconds to turn it on. So that's that button there. If we hold it in, there we go. And that's it working. Now if I was to push the button once it's on, you see the second light comes on, it's going a bit faster again, and you just keep pushing that button to make it go faster or slower. It's nice and simple, I have to say, and this feels really nice in your hand. It is nice and lovely textured finish, and yeah, I like it. What I'm going to do now is go through and do all the same tests that I did with the other ones. I'm going to weigh it, measure the girth of it, try to measure the power of it, and then we'll actually do a test of it in use, because sometimes measuring the power, pushing down on a cushion or something like that, it does give you an indication of the power of it, but it doesn't give you the true feeling of what it's like when you're actually using it. So we'll do all those tests, and we're going to come back with some kind of a conclusion as to whether this is worth the little bit extra that you would pay over these two. Okay, so first we'll start with the Aldom. This was my personal favourite. It's 930 grams. This is the Tamda. I mentioned several times in the last video, it doesn't have any branding anywhere on the actual device, but the branding is on the box and in the carry case. So it is 830 grams. And this is the Bob and Brad. It is 450 grams, so significantly lighter than the others. But then again, this is much smaller. This is a mini massage gun, and the other two are, I guess, standard massage guns. So yep, 450 grams or thereabouts. So a good deal lighter. Okay guys, I'm going to quickly test the other two first. On this test, where we basically turn it on, turn it up full, and then press down on the scales to see how much pressure it takes to make them stop. Right, I'm pushing pretty hard there guys, that's 12 kilos, but as you can hear, it actually got faster as I pushed. Right, I'm calling that 12 kilos. I did say before this is the most powerful gun of the 5 that I tested last time. So, let's set that there. So this is the Tamda gun. Turn it on. Turn it up full. And let's see what this does. I would say that was cutting out around about 10. So that's the two big ones. So let's see just how powerful this is. Now, to turn this on, you hold that button in for a couple of seconds, and then to turn it up to full power, just push the button again until all 5 lights are lit. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, till all 5 lights are lit, and then we'll try and push it down. Just turn it off again. I would say that was pretty close to 10 kilos, which, when you consider the size of this, that's pretty impressive. So the next thing we're going to do is test and check the girth of it, as in how the circumference of the handle. Now we're going to go with centimeters because that's what people understand where I come from. 16.5. I'm calling it 16.5 centimeters. The Tamda, about 15.75, just under 16 centimeters. Now, our little Bob and Brad, let's see what the circumference of it is. Just under 16, 15.75 is the circumference. So, the smallest of them all, the lightest of them all, a similar power to the Tamda when it comes to the pressing on a cushion test. Not as powerful as this, but you wouldn't really expect it to be. This is a very powerful gun. And twice the weight and 3 times the size. So next we're going to try and see what it's like when we're actually using it. This is pretty much how we tested it last time. I took the gun, turned it on, put it up to 3/4, 2/3 I think actually it was. About there, and pressed it into my leg. And some of the lesser guns would actually stop very quickly and were useless. This one, like I said before, the most powerful. And as I press against my leg, it actually increases the rate that it vibrates. So this is particularly powerful, and I guess if you're wanting to do massage on larger muscles like your legs, this is particularly useful. So we'll turn that off and do this one. This one is not as powerful, but still very good. And as I'm pressing down, it doesn't increase the rate of the vibration, but it does maintain it very well. So that's the reason why I kept this one as well. So let's see what Bob and Brad is like. Turn it on, put it up to about 2/3, and see what that's like. And I would say, yep, that is very similar to the Tamda. Possibly even slightly stronger massage than the Tamda. Ooh. Every now and again you catch a wee spot and you just, ooh, that's nice. Just a wee tightness. Yeah, if anything, that is actually a slightly stronger massage than you would get with the Tamda. So that's very good. For such a small device, that is really, really good. This one is slightly more expensive, but I'm starting to see why. It does definitely feel like it's a better quality product. But here's the big thing about this Bob and Brad that I wanted to talk about now, and that is the other attachment. Let's just change it over. We'll put this attachment on, and I'm going to use this on my shoulder. I'll just move the camera a bit. Okay, so for several years now I've had a dicky shoulder. So it's no injury. Every now and again it comes back and sort of flares up again. Yesterday I was cutting logs with a chainsaw, and so today it is flared up and it's really quite painful. So what I'm going to do is put this on to a low setting, turn it on, put it on to say number 2, but with this cushioned fitting, and put that onto my shoulder, and immediately. That is so good. I can really feel that that is working at the tight sore spots, and because it's not hard, when I accidentally rub it up against a bony bit, it doesn't hurt. So that is really, really funny, talking with a funny vibrato to my voice. Yeah, that is very, very nice. I've never seen that particular style of fitting in any of the other massage guns. I can only assume they're slightly more expensive to produce because it is a softer rubbery type material. The other ones are all hard plastic. So, like I said, this is a slightly more expensive gun. Not massively more, but slightly more expensive. So I guess you get what you pay for. But I must have to say I'm very impressed with this wee thing. It's for the size of it, it means that it's much more convenient to hold against your shoulder like this. I mean, before I was using this brute, I was holding it against my shoulder, and it's, as you can see, even just the distance from your hand to the end of the fitting, it's sort of that far away from it. It's just much more convenient. This is so convenient for use on bits of your body like up here, or I guess around your back. This thing is almost impossible to hold against your back, but this one, no trouble. I just hold it like that, as you can see, and I just zoom out. You see, just hold it like that against your back, no problem at all. So, for many reasons, I like this. I like it a lot. Would I prefer it to this one? I think I might. This is more powerful. This one, if you're, I don't know, a big, strong, muscly bloke, this one might be better for you when it comes to things like working on your legs. For everything else, this one's better. So I honestly was a little bit surprised that I prefer this because I didn't expect to. I thought that this would be much weaker and just would not give you the same sort of quality of massage, and actually I think it gives you a better massage. Last thing to say is this is currently for sale in Amazon, I think $79.95 or something like that. However, if you look in the description below, you get a 10% discount, a discount code. Massive thanks to Doris from Bob and Brad for sending this out to me. Definitely this is a very, very nice quality and powerful gun for all the size of it. The shape is very convenient. I know there's quite a few out there the same shape, so if you go looking for them, you will find others the same sort of shape and size, but I would be surprised if there's any out there that are more powerful than this, that are this same shape and size. This is very powerful for all the size of it. Would it replace this? For me, yes. For some people, maybe. I don't know. Maybe some people would have that and that. Who knows? But for everyday use, for use when you're just sitting at your desk and you've got an ache or a pain that you want to try and get massaged out, this is definitely the one to go for. So anyway, with all that said, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye for now.